Good afternoon, viewers. Hi there. My name is Ava, and I'm your host this afternoon for the Greater Westtown Training Project. And with me today, I have Mr. Tom Rowe. He's one of our instructors there. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you. How is everybody?
Good, good. Tom, you're here today to explain about the shipping and receiving, which is one of the programs that Greater Westtown have at their facility. Could you tell our viewers a little bit about it?
Sure. So Greater Westtown is a Chicago nonprofit organization, and so with our part, with the shipping receiving, we do no charge shipping and receiving training. And if some of the things that we cover is you learn to do the basic skills in shipping and receiving, like picking and packing, reading documents. You'll learn safety. You'll learn how to use material handling equipment like pallet jacks and such. We'll help you with your job skills as well. So we can go to talk about resumes and those things and interviewing skills. And we also, part of, I know what a big draw for us is forklifting. So we also have forklift certification.
Okay, and you said the forklift certification, is it just on one particular forklifting machine, or is there a variation of certifications, or?
There's a variation. So we have, basically the first thing you would probably learn on is electric pallet jack. And then maybe a walkie rider. We have electric sit down. We also have a electric stand up, a narrow aisle picker, and an order picker as well too. And for those who really show skills, we can also do the propane sit down.
Okay, if, and I'm sure they are, the viewers are interested, what's the process for them to try and enroll in a class for shipping and receiving?
Well, we have 4 steps for that, really. So before the 4th step is really kind of getting in. First step is you're going to call the school, call the training facility, and you're going to sign up for one of our orientations. And actually, we're starting to do an orientation coming up. We just started a class, but we're going to start to put together a group of people for the next one. So we have an orientation coming up on January 31st.
Okay.
And so that would be step 1. You come, you'll be there for a few hours, and we'll tell you more about the program, kind of like I'm doing today. You'll see the facility. You'll get a tour of it. What you're going to see on the tour is what we call our Walk of Fame. It's all the individuals' classes and that have graduated over the years. Currently, the next class we're looking to do is class 64.
64.
And we just started class 63.
Okay, what would make a viewer want to call Greater Westtown? What makes Greater Westtown different from any of the other schools or, say, trades that are teaching?
Right. What do I think is different? So, besides the skills, I mean, I know there's a lot of organizations that do the skills, but the thing for Greater Westtown, and why I think you should call as well too, is we're community-based. And with those skills, what we believe in is that when you come to Greater Westtown, you're helping the community. You succeed, your success will help build for the next class. It's like we don't call her.
Go ahead, caller. What's your question? Caller, can you hear me?
Yes, you need a GED to get into the program.
No, you do not need a GED to get in the program or a high school diploma. Again, those are things that are helpful to get employment because that's eventually where we want to get you to. But if you are interested in your GED as well too, the good thing with Greater Westtown is we can help prep you for taking the GED as well if you're willing to put in the extra work. It's not a requirement for the course, but it's something that we do offer. We have an instructor on site who will work with you to help prep you for your GED.
Caller, does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for calling. Tom, now once they're accepted into the program, this is kind of a two-shot question.
Sure.
Is it background friendly, and is there supportive services in place? Like, say, they don't have ways to get back and forth if they're on public transportation, or if they drive, they're out of a job right now where they're going through the program. Do you have anything in place for them there?
We do, and that's the nice thing as well too. So if you do get accepted into the program, make it through that first week or make it through that week. So let me say that the program it's 3 months, it's 12 weeks, 3 months, Monday through Friday morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. We treat it like a full-time job. So you get there, you come for that week. Each Friday we help everybody with transportation to get you back the next week. If you drive, we'll help you with gas card. If you're taking public transportation, we'll help you with a Ventra card to get you back on the public transportation to get there. So again, it's not a paid training. It's also, if you qualified, it's no charge to the individuals who come as well, but we do try to help out where we can in that. To your other part, if anybody has a background, we have people who come through the program who have backgrounds. And, we look at everybody when they come through, regardless if you have a background or not, we look at everybody on a one-to-one basis, as well. We've had success for placing people either with or without background. So I would say if I would encourage or not discourage anybody who has a background not to come. You should call and come to an orientation.
Now, is there a cost for all of this fantastic information that you're giving to our viewers?
No, there's no. It's of no cost to individuals. So if you qualify and you make it into the program, it's of no cost. How we eventually make that, how we pay for the cost for the person coming into the training is, and this is why it's important for us as well too, is we will place you on an employment. And part of that employment is going to be a full-time job. And with that full-time job, it's good, for us to then make back our grant money, however you want to put that, is you hit markers. So 30, 60, 90, 70. Or 30, I said that wrong. 30, 60, 90, 180, I think it is as well too. So, and again, we want you to be able to succeed as well. And that's part of a good chunk of what we like to do here.
Okay, I'm going to go to the overhead and give the information to the viewers as to where they can go for this training. So, and then I have more questions for you. So, viewers, it's right here on the screen. If you're interested in enrolling into the program, it's the Greater Westtown Training Partnership. It's located at 500 North Sacramento Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60612. If you need to call, the phone number is there as well. It's 312-563-9028. You can also contact them on Facebook as well as the World Wide Web or an email address. I thought that we had a caller. Caller, are you there? Okay. Tom, my other question is what would they expect, like a typical day? Can you take me through the steps in class? Say from the beginning from the time that they walk into the building until the end of the day. What are some of the things that partake?
Okay. So like at a typical day, again, you're there, classes start at 8:30. And when we say they start at 8:30, they start at 8:30. So the expectation is you're in that classroom ready to go at 8:30. Not walking through the front door, not putting your coat away and that. We treat this like a job, and that's very important to us, and it's important to the employers that we deal with as well. So in at 8:30, typically the first class you might have, let's say if I'm instructing that day, you're doing OSHA. So we're in the classroom. I'm going over OSHA safety with you. We'll do videos, we'll go over handouts, those things as well. 10-minute break after roughly about an hour and a half maybe in class. 10-minute break, then you'd maybe have another instructor. You might have Mr. J come in and talk to you about warehouse operations for that next period. And again, you're either in the classroom or more than likely you're going to want to be out in our warehouse, and you're going to be actually doing hands-on training as well too. Do that for about an hour and a half as well too. 30-minute lunch. Come back, you're going to have another instructor teach you something else. You might have Mr. Lena come in and talk to you about job readiness. So he's going to help you with your interviewing skills, your resumes, how you present yourself and those things, the importance of that, getting along with others at work and those things. Another break, last period, and that's like from 2 to probably about 3:20. You might have Mr. White will come in and he'll talk to you about freight rates. It'll be his next thing as well too. So classroom or out in the warehouse as well. We like to mix it up. It's good that you have classroom, because some things are going to have to be taught in the classroom, but we're going to get you out in the warehouse actually working in that. We do shipping and receiving. It's warehouse based. So you should get a lot of good hands-on experience as well too. And that's good for those who have experience in shipping, receiving, and warehousing. They kind of get back into the groove. Those who have no experience with it as well, then can get a good feel for what the type of work they're going to be looking for going forward.
Okay. What are some of the qualities, if you could tell the viewers, that you're looking for in a person that would apply for the program?
Qualities: someone who can communicate, someone who can be there on time. Punctuality is important as well. Having a good attitude. With the employers that we deal with, day in and day out, they want someone who's going to have a good attitude, who's going to be on time, who is going to own the work that they do, and so for us, that's just as important. You come in and you own what we're doing in the program as well. So those are important traits. Those kind of speak to someone's work ethic. How good of a work ethic do you have? Those are important. But communication is one of the key ones as well too. Is if something comes up, we understand. If there's an issue, if you're not getting something in class, something pops up, you got to let us know. And that. But just having a good attitude.
Okay. Tom, I'm going to go to the PC. I believe someone was asking for shots of the training to see as to some of the forklifts.
Yeah.
Could you give the viewers some information as to what the students are using?
Sure. Would be my lab. So the orange the orange machine is a sit down. So that's our Toyota. That's an electric sit down. The Yale is our narrow aisle stand up. It's a reach truck.
Okay.
So those are two of the machines.
Okay. And what are they doing in this shot?
In this shot, they're probably doing some inventory control, or so this would be inventory control. The one gentleman has a handheld, so they're checking product, putting it into the system using the handhelds. They'd also use this as well to ship. So they might be given an order. This is part of an exercise. They'd be given an order. They'll have to find the product, go into the handheld, start the sales order or start the pick list, and go from there.
Okay. And this one?
This is our walkie rider. So this is one of the pieces of material handling equipment. If you have experience in shipping and receiving, this might look familiar. They use it in a lot of places now. If not, it would definitely be one of the pieces of equipment you would be trained on.
Okay. I think we have one more, and we're looking at...
So this is actually our Warehouse B. We have two areas that we train in. Warehouse B, we do a good chunk of the forklift. It's a bigger space. We have some tight corners in there, which is good. That's a good part of our training. If you can drive within tight areas safely, and be very conscious about what you're doing, you'll make a good forklift driver.
Okay, I see that we have a caller. Caller, go ahead there.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm calling. Hello. Yes, I'm calling because I'm an older worker. I'm a mature worker, but I've got some good experience. I'm in pretty good shape. I wanted to know if there's an age limit for applying for the program.
Well, thank you for calling, sir, but no, there's no age limit. To get in, you have to be at least 18, but outside of that, there's no age limit.
I'm over 18.
It sounds like you're over 18. Excellent. So no maximum. If you've got heart desire to be in it, to be in the program, that's great. Our average age is, I think, still around 35 and that. So, I like to have that mix. I think it's important to have that mix of experienced and seasoned workers and the young workers as well too. So I think it helps the young workers to see someone who's been out there and doing it. I feel there's a benefit to having a seasoned worker in the classroom as well too. And then again, for them, it's just maybe sometimes sharpening your skills up a little bit.
Okay, Tom, my next question for you is, can you talk about Greater Westtown offers students after, that are in good standing, what they offer the students, or is there anything being offered to them once they graduate?
Yeah, so once you graduate, and our hope is, before we get to graduation, our hope is that, the dream is that when we have graduation, is that there's no students there that day. And I mean that's because we've done our job and we have placed everybody. We do a pretty good job with that anyways. We have an 85 to 90% placement rate as well. In that. So, but for those who maybe don't get placed and after graduation, we still have you come back. We'll work with you more, maybe on forklift skills if you need, or if you need skills and work on your skills in UPS or FedEx. But we keep working for you to get you hired. If that means you come back and we work on the resume a little bit more, we get you in the computer lab, keep getting you doing job searches. We want to make sure that we're still involved with each other. With Greater Westtown, especially in being in good standing. And that means, you call and let us know what's going on. You keep in touch. And it doesn't have to be a daily or a monthly thing. Just let us know what's going on. If, we've had students, we're currently in 63. I've had students come back from 57 and 58, even later, and saying, hey, I need to redo my forklift skills and that. And, they have been, they keep in contact. We'll say, sure, come on in, and we'll help you with that as well, too. So, once I like to say, once you're with Greater Westtown, you're always with Greater Westtown. We do become a family. We have alumni who have come back and talked to classes, and I think that's great. They need to, and it's good to have, because then they can share their experience with new classes.
Okay. What are some of the biggest challenges an individual or student may face once they're in the training?
Biggest challenge? Keeping yourself motivated. I think we do a good job with that, but we can only motivate you so much, and you have to keep yourself motivated as well. We get to a point where maybe around week 8, 9, we start to look to place people as well, start to match. Well, and again, we match people to work, and that we want to make sure you're successful, so we want to put you in the best position. If you're not out, if you're not part of that first group that goes out, people get discouraged. I would say don't get discouraged, and that we're looking to put you in the right place. So always keep yourself motivated.
Okay. What types of jobs are available in shipping and receiving right now?
Right now, warehouse associate jobs, picking orders, packing orders as well too, inventory jobs. There are forklift jobs out there, and I know that is a big attraction for a lot of people. But, what I tell anybody coming in now as well, too, is the days of just driving a forklift where you're picking up an order and dropping it off and that, not doing anything else, those days are gone. You have to be able to know your paperwork, your documentation. So you have to be able to read a bill of lading, pick list, pack list as well, too, a sales order. You have to have some computer skills as well too, because you're going to be using a handheld, whether it's the RF scanners. Companies that we go to now, their forklift drivers have iPads, right? And they go on the iPad, and it tells them what truck they have to go to pick from as well. So you've got to have all these skills as well. And as far as salaries for forklifts and that too, those can be more, but a lot of times you have to be seasoned. You come through our program, you get an opportunity to be certified, you get certified. Doesn't mean you're going to get that $17 an hour job right away. You've got to put your time in. They want to see that you can drive a forklift, and you may have to get a little more seasoned as well too.
I mean, it makes sense, to
Right.
see that you've got the skills and the ability and the mindset
Right.
as you're walking through the door and you're training and trying to
Right.
climb up the corporate ladder, so to speak.
Exactly.
So I'm going to give the viewers the information again, and I'm going to flash that on the screen. If you're interested, callers, which I know that you are, go ahead and pick up the phone and dial 312-563-9028. Orientation will start January 31st. Our location is 500 North Sacramento Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois. So get on the phone, come over, make the reservations for the orientation program so you can get into shipping and receiving. It's really a good program. And remember, it's no out-of-pocket expense to yourself. So Tom, I know we had a caller, but I don't know, the call was cut off, and they were asking about field trips. Are the students, do they visit some of the jobs that they might possibly be on?
Yeah, we have a group of employers that we deal with. So we typically like to have 2 to 3 field trips. So you'll go to a warehouse, you'll go to a company, and they like to show us around because I think most of these companies, 2 things with this. This is great. They get a chance to showcase what they do. Plus, they get a chance to see a group of people who are interested in working in shipping and receiving. So again, and as someone who's looking for a job, you don't always get that opportunity to get in front of their employer like that on a one-to-one basis as well too. And that, so we have had people get hired from these tours as well. So it's kind of nice.
So it works out, and I noticed that you said that you're background friendly, so they don't have to worry about that. That it's no out-of-pocket expense to those that qualify, and it's a 3-month program, and you have an 85 to 90% job placement rate. So why is this phone up just blowing off the hook? Oh, maybe it's the phone at Greater Westtown that's now.
That would be my hope.
Yeah, that's now blowing off the hook. And viewers, also, we have just a few seats remaining in our woodworking program there at the Greater Westtown. And you can call that same number if you're interested in doing woodworking manufacturing. That's, you'll learn blueprint reading, furniture making, things of that nature. So once again, call that number, 312-563-9028. Like I said, there's only a few seats remaining for woodworking. So, Tom, is there any more insight that you can give us in regards to shipping and receiving there?
Any more insight? So I don't know. I think I've covered most things. Let me go back to orientation as well too. So they're getting into the program quickly. You do the orientation. If you fill out your application that day as well. Next step is we would have you come back and tape test. So we just want to check your reading and math skills in that as well too, because those are 2 very important parts of shipping and receiving. If that goes well, then you would be asked back for more of a formal interview with 2 of the staff members. That goes well, send you for a drug test. Got to be clean before you go to work and before you come to the program. And if you pass that, then you're accepted.
Okay, now let's just rewind just a
Sure.
little bit. The tape test, is there a specific score or level that one has to maintain in order to be accepted into the program?
Yeah, typically it's around a 6th grade level as well too. But again, we know sometimes some people haven't tested in a while as well too. So that's why that interview side is important as well. But I would also suggest if you have a way of kind of working on your math and reading up to this point and you're interested, it might be a good thing to do. Again, we're starting orientation on January 31st. Classes then will start April 9th. So there is time to, if you're interested, to get there and be one of the first people in the orientation as well too, and that. Again, it's a wonderful program. I know we're going to wrap up here, but again, Greater Westtown, you come, we're community based. We're going to help you. We help you, then you can help the community as well too, and all those individuals coming in afterwards.
Okay, so one more time, viewers, I'm going to give you the information. Here it is on the screen. Greater Westtown Training Partnership, Shipping and Receiving and Training Program, 500 North Sacramento Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60612. That's the northwest side of Chicago. The phone number, 312-563-9028. You can contact them on Facebook. You can do the World Wide Web and also the email. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.